Happy Valentine's to everyone. You know, globally today is celebrated as a day of love, and it's such a joy that today I'm bringing you the love word for the week. Today, the 14th day of February 2021. Going by the story behind this celebration, you know, I tried to search out the history and the story behind it. I discovered that there was this man, a Roman priest, centuries ago, many centuries ago, who was very selfless in his living and his service to God and to humanity. I found out that he was secretly coordinating and conducting weddings for people. I believe he was so concerned about, you know, the people's joy, the people's well-being. I mean, people getting married happily, even though as at that time it was against the government, the rule of the government of that time, maybe the Roman government. So he secretly, which was very risky for him, he was serving people underground, like weddings underground, I will call it church, making sure that people are joined together as man and wife according to the way of the Lord. And somehow he was arrested and he was imprisoned in the house of one of the rulers, a great man. He was arrested, he was imprisoned. And you know, while he was in that prison, in the house of one of the rulers, one of the wealthy men in the government, he discovered that one of the ruler's daughter was blind. I mean, this man was so selfless that he wasn't even focusing about the fact that he was being punished for a just cause. He was imprisoned, he was tortured, you know. He didn't focus on that. He was so selfless that his attention was on how to help get that blind girl recover his sight. And he actually did that. Probably he prayed for the girl and the girl regained her sight. I mean, this is very selfless of him, because so many people in such a situation, being imprisoned and, you know, suffering for doing something good, though they say it's against their law as at that time, so many people would have been bitter. And so many times when we are bitter or we are offended at things, it's because the focus is actually on us. He wasn't consumed about himself, so he wasn't bitter. He was, I'm sure if they gave him an opportunity, he would still serve people and make sure he conducted weddings for them. So this man wasn't bitter. He didn't focus on himself. As he was there, he should have been bitter against the man that imprisoned him in the household where they kept him in captive. But he was concerned about touching lives. He was concerned about helping the daughter of the man that imprisoned him to regain his sight. What a selfless life. And that is why today we are celebrating love all around the world. According to the history, after some time he was tortured and he was beheaded, he was killed. But before he died, he wrote a note and sent it to the young lady that God used him to help regain his sight. And he wrote, "From your Valentine." And from there, through generations, ages, people started building love story around this man's sacrificial, selfless life. So today, our love word is actually very relevant to the celebration today, though so many people don't really understand the essence of this Valentine Day. So some people don't have this clear understanding that love is about selflessness. Selflessness. So our love word for today is selflessness. Saint Valentine, a Roman priest, lived a selfless life. He didn't focus on himself. He focused on serving other people. That is one of the ways to actually live a life of love. Not focusing on ourselves, but on how to be a blessing to others, caring about others, selflessness. I'd like to read to us the definition of selflessness, and I'll read a scripture to us that talks about selflessness. Selflessness, according to the dictionary, is concerned more with the well-being, needs, and wishes of others. It is a concern more with the well-being, needs, and wishes of others than with one's own wishes or desire. You care more about the well-being of others. Your focus, your attention is about how can these people do well. I mean, you're just thinking about people. And one good thing about this, I've said it in another way while I'm talking right now, is that when you focus on others, you live a life free of worries, a life free of offense, a life free of bitterness. Because worry, offense, bitterness is as a result of focusing on ourselves, how I feel, how people treat me, or what is happening to me. No, when you are selfless and you think about others, you are easily able to excuse people. You are easily able to take the focus off you. So it won't even give you room for bitterness, for offense. You are concerned about if the other person is fine, then I am fine. I mean, that is selflessness. Now I want us to look at 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 24. That talks about selflessness. It says, "Let no man seek his own, but every man another's wealth." This is the King James Version. "Let no man seek his own, but every man another's wealth," another's well-being, another's prosperity, another's welfare. You know, when we do this, actually, it will definitely come back to us. When we live a selfless life, it's like a seed that we are sowing. And we know that seed time and harvest shall not cease. Anything you sow and you give will naturally come back to you. So when we take attention off ourselves and we are focusing on the well-being of others, we shouldn't think that we are losing out. No, whatsoever we sow or you sow will definitely come back to you. So our love word for this week is selflessness. Remember Saint Valentine's. He is the one that sets the pace and example for this day that we are celebrating. And what he did was an act of selflessness. I will see you again next week with another love word for the week. So go into this week and live selflessly. Happy Valentine's again. God bless you.